everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Cocktail Party, a show where we have a few drinks, share a few laughs, take a dive into the unknown. I am your host, Dave, joined as always by my co-host, Sarge, and his co-host today apparently is Lucy, his dog. What's going on?
Yeah, she saw me getting all fired up from the song, and she's like, I want to be a part of this. So she jumped up in my lap, and now she's just trying to lick the microphone and everything else she can get her paws on.
Yeah. How you doing, bud?
Not bad. Been busy. Work's been busy as usual.
Always good to stay busy during these turbulent times.
During these turbulent times, the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Don't eat my slipper, you son of a bitch. God damn, this dog. She's having a moment right now.
Well, she loves you, man. She wants all of your attention.
She wants to be a part of me.
Yeah.
I had a crazy moment just like about a half an hour before we started. I went in my laundry room to change over the laundry, and there was a hornet in there. And I think it was just, trying to find someplace warm to set up shop for the winter. And it got caught in a spider web. And so I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. I'm just about to get my phone so I can take a picture, right? And then it falls, like the spider web falls off and the spider is hanging from it.
Okay.
So now there's a hornet flying around very slowly, of course, because of the added weight.
Yeah.
And there's a spider just swinging from the bottom of it. And then the whole thing just smashes into the wall and lands on the ground. So I, of course, immediately stomp on it.
Yeah.
And
as one would.
My sweet but painfully stupid dog comes running over to eat the whole thing.
Not gonna lie, a spider attached to a wasp is probably one of my biggest fears. Now that it's been introduced,
the two worst things.
Now that that's been introduced into my life, that now there's going to be a big concern of mine moving forward. So thanks for that.
Yeah, if they start working as a team, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's going to be all bad. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm a little hungover. It was my wife's birthday yesterday, but I don't think it should affect the show too much, except that I'm not drinking right now. So sorry, Narragansett.
Well, that's all right. I'll drink for the both of us. Narragansett, I am on your team.
But before we get started, I do believe that last week you had a story to tell, but we didn't get to it. A story from a waitress, I believe, that had like a ghost story or something.
Okay. All right. So I had dinner at the Copley Plaza Hotel. Mm-hmm. Marianne is the sweetest woman on earth. She was our waitress.
Okay.
And they had Narragansett there, so she brought me Narragansett.
Love to see it.
And we did a photo shoot.
I saw
she was a lovely woman.
I saw the pictures.
And she told me like a really sad story about the Copley. I'm going to keep names out of it because out of respect. But apparently there was another person who worked there with her way back when, if everyone's familiar, the problem that the Catholic Church had in Boston, trying to be as polite about that as possible.
I think we're all familiar with it. There's plenty of documentaries.
Anyway, there was a particular priest who had just gotten convicted, and he got sent up the river. And so this gentleman, after that happened, came back to the hotel. He decided to stay there for the night. And he ended his life.
Okay.
That night in the hotel.
Maybe we shouldn't have started the episode with this story.
I know it's kind of a downer, right? Yeah. But so I did walk around the hotel because it's supposedly haunted.
Yeah, I would assume so.
I walked around, and at one point I was on the 6th floor.
Okay, is that where it happened?
No, this was like, so they say the 6th floor is just the most haunted floor.
Oh, it's just what it is. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm on the 6th floor, and I feel like goosebumps on my back.
Okay. Like a spirit went through you kind of thing?
I don't know. And then, this was the weird part. I felt something like, how a spider web feels when it hits your face. It like hit my earlobe.
Yeah. Was it attached to a wasp?
I hope not. Because I would have woken up everyone in that hotel. Yeah. This was at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I decided to have a couple of drinks and then go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
So, and then it happened again. So that's why I didn't think it was like, I just walked through a spider web, because I was in like a different area and it happened again. And this is like a very nice, like very clean hotel.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Everywhere you go, there's always somebody cleaning.
Yeah, there's no spider webs just kicking around. But if I've learned anything in my time of watching Zach Baggins, and ghost adventures is that like when a like they're always saying that when you walk through a spirit or a spirit walks through something, like you always get like that's like you walk through a spider web feeling. So there's something to that.
I've always heard that too, even when I was a kid.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not one of those people who's going to be like, oh, it's definitely a ghost. But I'll tell you this much. It's certainly scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. It's
the second time it happened. I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. This is terrifying.
Wait, so were you staying at the hotel or did you just wander around it?
No. I happened to be staying there.
Okay. So. I didn't know if you just like went to the restaurant for dinner. Like, what?
I just decided
I'm going to just roam around.
No, I figured I'd hang out.
Well,
anyway, yeah, it was terrifying.
That's a pretty cool experience, though. I feel like I want that, but I don't know how I'd react if it happened. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to come up here. We'll stay at the Omni. The Omni is super haunted.
Ooh, I do like a good haunting. Well, Sarge, luckily today I got an episode for us, and we aren't going to be discussing cryptids or aliens or ghosts or anything like that. We're going to be discussing a man. Now, this is a man who, for close to 30 years, has dedicated himself to being a beacon of truth and light in a world full of false flags, fake news, and conspiracy. A man that some claim, including himself, to be the tip of the spear in the fight against the globalists. A man who is in a constant war with the New World Order, an info war. Today, we're going to be talking about Alex Jones.
Yeah! I am so fucking excited. Bring on the gay frogs.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Alex Jones.
Hold on, time out. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Wait, if we're going to talk about Alex Jones, I need to get something. I'll be right back.
It better be a fucking tinfoil hat.
Let's talk about the globalists.
I thought you were going to come back with a fucking tinfoil hat, but this is somehow so much better.
This is my old Army helmet. It was given to me when I first joined the Army National Guard, and they forgot that they gave it to me, and there was no paperwork. So I got to keep it.
Typical government bureaucracy.
Yeah. On the back of my helmet, you can't see it now, but I wrote a long time ago when they first gave it to me, "Don't shoot, I joined for college."
Okay. All right, sorry. So
yeah, you can't see it anymore.
Today, we're going to be talking about Alex Emmerich Jones, or as I like to call him, the poor man's Bill Cooper. Because if you know anything about Alex Jones, he stole his whole shtick from Bill Cooper. And Bill Cooper went out like a legend, too. He went out with a shootout. He went out
shooting the police. Yeah. No, I am very well aware of Bill Cooper.
Yeah. So Alex Jones is definitely the poor man's Bill Cooper. So, and I'm sure most of you listening are familiar with Alex Jones and InfoWars in some way or another. Like, whether it be from his famous documentary, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove, where he snuck into the Grove and filmed the participants performing the cremation of care ceremony, where they burn an effigy in front of a 40-foot statue of an owl pagan god named Moloch. Or from that, stupid. Yeah, or you might know him from that time that he defamed and harassed the parents of the Sandy Hook victims and lost over $1 billion because of it. But more recently, and this is the reason why I decided to do this, is that it seems as though the InfoWar, or at least this iteration of it, has come to an end. So Alex Jones, like, if you don't know, losing over $1 billion for being just an absolute shitheel. He and his company had to file for bankruptcy and was forced to sell off the company and its assets in an auction. Well, the winning bid was announced last week, and the fucking Onion is now the proud new owner of InfoWars.
Which makes my day.
So, in light of this news, I thought me and you, we would stroll down memory lane and take a look at 3 of Alex Jones's stupidest fucking conspiracies and just bask in how stupid this man really is. But before we do that,
or is he the smartest person in the world?
Hashtag Alex Jones was right. But before we do that, I just want to say that while Alex Jones is a fucking class A racist, hate-filled Looney Tune moron, and most
psychopath,
most news outlets and people on social media just make jokes about him, it's important to note that he's actually a very dangerous man with like serious reach and influence. So
and serious mental health issues. Like we all make fun of him because he's crazy, but
yeah,
like the truth of the matter is this man has genuine mental problems. And I'm not talking about like the funny kind. Like, this gentleman needs serious mental health.
The funny kind of mental health problems, as there are many.
Yeah, he's not Jack Nicholson from As Good as It Gets. He's Jack Nicholson from The Shining.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's like from like the insurrection on January 6th to the harassment of the Sandy Hook families, Alex Jones had a part in like all of it. And his rhetoric has influenced like real world like violence. So for example, Edgar Welch, a North Carolina man, an avid InfoWars fan, he drove to Comet Ping Pong Pizza where the alleged Pizzagate child sex ring was happening, and he fired a gun in the establishment. And while not explicitly mentioned, rhetoric like Alex's and other far-right media figures helped shape and influence the 2011 mass shooting carried out by Anders Breivik, and also his 1,518-page manifesto, which reads like a Proud Boy's wet dream. It's a hard read.
It's a mess. Yeah.
Now, like I said, he may be a raving madman, but you can't deny that he's charismatic as fuck and one hell of a showman. Like, there's a reason he went from cable access in Austin, Texas to having, or at least had, a multi-million-dollar propaganda outlet. He's entertaining, and for some reason, like, he resonates with people. They're fucking stupid people, but they're people. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, like, first, because if I learned anything from listening to almost 1,000 episodes of Knowledge Fight, what we're about to do is not how you should cover Alex Jones, by turning him into a joke or a meme, but fuck it. So,
I mean,
sometimes you gotta.
You have to. Yeah. You have to.
So, Sarge, are you ready to dive into Alex Jones's top 3 stupidest conspiracies?
Oh, God, yes. I am so ready.
All right. So, starting off at number 3, this one's not great, but it is really dumb. We have government weather weapons. Now, you like that one?
In a nation that's regularly crippled by droughts.
Yeah.
Our government is definitely controlling the weather.
Yeah. Now, government weather weapon theories are like nothing new in the realm of conspiracy theories, and especially not on info. Like, this has been like, he loves the idea of the government being able to control the weather, and he pushes this any chance he gets. He likes to focus particularly on the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HARP, claiming that the research facility in Alaska is actually a secret government tool that the globalists use to create weather events like hurricanes, droughts, and other natural disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes and shit. Now, HARP started in the very early 90s and was initially run by DARPA, but it hasn't been a government research facility since 2015, when the Air Force shut down HARP and gave control of the facility to the University of Fairbanks, which now they're making the facilities available to researchers on a pay-per-use basis. So they just rent it out every once in a while for people to come and like fuck with this guy.
That's what they want you to think.
But, well, this hasn't stopped Alex from using HARP as the cause of several different conspiracies in the years following. Most recently, he claimed that those 2 hurricanes that devastated North Carolina and Florida, they were deliberately sent there by the Biden-Harris administration in a bid to somehow like
naturally
influence the outcome of the 2024 election. I don't really know how, is it either by like making it so those areas affected couldn't vote since they were predominantly like red states. And
worked out really well.
Yeah,
it worked out super well.
Yeah, and also that they were what he would call suppressing opposition, or maybe like he thinks that like by making the regions like reliant on government aid and becoming dependent on the administration and power, the states don't have a choice but to keep them in said power to get aid for the devastation.
That the government is not paying out, as we learned, according to the most recent conspiracy.
Yeah, but who knows? Dude's an idiot, and his reasons change depending on the day and what mood he's in. And also, he's just so wrong about what HARP is and does. Like, for starters, HARP has limitations. One being that it can only send small, like, bursts of energy into the upper atmosphere. It can't control or create weather. And the second limitation is that, again, it was shut down in 2015. Now, while cloud seeding is a real thing, like they do go up in the sky and they send out like this like silver particle stuff. But it's really only used to like encourage localized rainfall. And even then, there's science saying that it might not really do that much, and it definitely can't create or like direct large scale weather events. Most likely the cause for the increased frequency and severity of the weather lately is climate change, but Alex doesn't believe in that. So this definitely can't be it.
He believes in climate change. He just thinks Bill Clinton is doing it.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So moving on to the number 2 dumbest Alex Jones conspiracy theory. They're turning the friggin' frogs gay.
Gay frogs! Yes! I was so waiting for this. Oh my God. I fucking love this conspiracy theory so much.
No.
Because it's so stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no benefit to gay frogs except nicely decorated watering holes throughout the world.
Just the most fabulous ponds you've ever been to.
Some amazing fucking pond raves.
Exactly. Now, this is a theory that a lot of you may be familiar with. It's probably the most widely spread piece of Alex Jones media that there is out there. It's been memed, referenced, animated. I'm sure someone at some point on TikTok turned it into like a dubstep song. Everyone knows it. But for some of you, you may not know like just what the fuck he was ranting about, since the clip was taken largely out of context. And a lot of you may be surprised to learn that clip was from 2015. I always assumed it was much.
No, that was like that was really, I think 2015 was like the height of Alex Jones' power.
Yeah, right around the election.
Yeah, because right after the election, Trump was like, "Oh, you're actually nuts. I thought this was like a thing."
I don't know, man.
And so even Trump, you have to be fucking crazy when Donald Trump is like, "Oh no, I know who he is, but like we're not friends."
Well, there are rumors going around that he's eyeing Alex Jones to be the press secretary. So,
you know what? Honestly, that would be the only good thing to come out of the administration. I would wholeheartedly co-sign on Alex Jones being the press secretary.
That'd be so
that would make
good.
me so unbelievably happy. I would love every minute of it.
Yeah. I mean, the speeches are already going to be unhinged. I can only imagine.
I would tune in.
Alex
I would
Jones.
watch every press conference.
In fucking heartbeat, dude. Yeah, but one thing you probably won't be surprised to learn about that clip, and like what he was ranting about, is that it was part of his overarching narrative about trans people, gender roles, and family structures. So, what's the theory? Well, throughout the mid 2010s and in that famous clip from 2015, Jones alleged that the herbicide atrazine was intentionally placed into water supplies to disrupt the hormones of amphibians, specifically the males of the species, and turning them into quote unquote feminized or gay frogs. But why would they be doing all this, you may be asking? Why turn the friggin' frogs gay? Well, Sarge, it was a test. The globalists, for those of you listening who don't know what globalists are, it's the Jews. It's pretty much all that
always
means.
It is definitely a code word for Jews.
It's definitely a dog whistle for sure. But yeah, the globalists are weaponizing the same chemical and are going to use it on us. And what it will do is it's going to interfere with our endocrine systems, feminize the men, and ultimately control the population. See, Sarge, it's all part of a larger plot by the global elites to destabilize masculinity and heterosexuality. Duh.
All right. Okay. You know what? Okay.
Yeah. And according to Alex, we're already seeing the results of this. Declining sperm counts, increased infertility rates in humans, all linked to atrazine. But here's the thing, Sarge. Just no, that's not how any of that works.
No. And I don't know if Alex watched Jurassic Park, but frogs can already switch genders, biological genders, kind of whenever they need to.
Yeah.
So
life finds a way.
They're not gay, Alex. That's how your God magicked them into existence. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna make Steve Stephanie for a little while because there's no other dude there. This is a bit of a sausage party, and we need some more babies.
Yeah,
and that was fine. Who cares? Like, ultimately, who cares if frogs are gay?
True, it doesn't really affect anything. But so the thing you got to understand about Alex is that he's basically a headline aggregator. Like, he reads a headline or the title of like a paper and then just kind of makes up what he thinks is in the article and then claims it's all real, like totally happening.
Well, I remember the episode of Knowledge Fight when he was reading something about Big Macs or McDonald's not using beef anymore. And then halfway through the article, he realized that wasn't the article at all and just stopped reading it and changed the subject.
Yeah, he does that shit all the time. And that's what he did with this one. Whenever he goes off on this theory, he likes to cite the work of a biologist named Tyrone Hayes, who found that atrazine exposure in frogs does disrupt their endocrine system, causing male frogs to exhibit female characteristics or same-sex mating behaviors. And these findings are well documented, but they apply specifically to amphibians because they have permeable skin, and that makes them way more sensitive to environmental chemicals. So he really just took those scientific findings about the gay frogs and like amplified it to 11 to suit whatever his narrative of the at the time was and stoke fear in homophobes or alpha type dudes, I guess. I don't know.
That's what they want you to think. Oh wait, no, that is what they want you to think. Yeah. Right.
But
Sorry.
the EPA and other organizations around the world have found no evidence that atrazine affects human endocrine systems at the levels you would find in drinking water. And also, the human body is decidedly nothing like a frog's. Like humans are far less sensitive to chemicals like this.
Yeah, I don't ever recall hearing about there being a lot of medical testing done on amphibians.
Yeah.
Usually they use a mammal of some kind.
Yeah, usually like a pig.
Because of the warm blood and circulatory system very similar to human beings.
And I'm sure this won't shock you, but there's also no evidence to support that atrazine is part of some population control agenda. Fertility issues in humans come from a variety of factors like lifestyle, environmental pollutants, like not just this one thing alone.
Yeah. And smaller penises.
Yeah. Over time, it's just they're getting worse and worse.
Well, I mean, we're more accurate these days. We don't have to hurry up because there's a saber-toothed tiger coming.
This is true.
So you don't need quantity. You just need quality. Something clearly lacking from Alex Jones and his birthing situation.
All right. So Sarge, we got 2 down. We got 1 left. How are we feeling about these 2? And do you have a guess of what the third one could be?
Please tell me it's his Y2K thing.
Honestly,
because that made me so happy.
That wasn't even audio. That didn't even cross my mind. That is a good one though. Okay. Well, we are here. The number 1 dumbest Alex Jones conspiracy theory is human animal hybrids. Are you?
Oh, chimera.
We're doing the chimeras, buddy. Now,
chimeras.
This is probably the wildest theory that Joan has, and he has been talking about it for fucking years. And it blows my mind that people will hear him talk about this, like what we're about to talk about, and then take anything he says afterwards seriously, because it's just so fucking beyond bananas.
Oh, it's absurd. Yeah. I do recall this.
So from pretty much day one, I actually don't know if that's true, but for a long time, Alex has been talking about human-animal chimeras being grown in a lab for a number of different reasons. And frames them as a product of unethical and satanic science conducted by the elites as a way to quote unquote play God. Now, he claims that these animal-human hybrids are being used for a few key things. 1, these human-animal hybrids are being grown and bred for their organs and DNA, and these beings are conscious and aware of their suffering. In one of his more unhinged rants on the subject, he goes into great detail about quote unquote fish people he claimed to be alive in one of these laboratories, saying, quote, "They're putting human DNA into fish and growing them as hybrids. They have sad, deformed human faces." I knew
Shape of Water was a documentary. I knew
it. They have sad, deformed human faces, human eyes on fish bodies. It's an abomination, end quote. The second reason, they are being used in military experiments to create some type of like super soldier or something. I'm not really too sure what they are.
So he could swim good? Like what? Yeah. What do you? Why?
And then number 3, that these experiments are part of a broader plot to replace humanity with controllable artificial beings. So
yes, because human beings notoriously difficult to control.
Yeah. And he should know that this is pretty easy considering he runs a propaganda outlet. Like he's, but
yeah.
Now, my favorite part of this theory is, and I love him for this, is that Alex Jones is a big advocate in terms of like getting these poor fishmen with sad human eyes like some rights. I mean, you got human rights, you got animal rights. The government needs to step in and give these human animal hybrids some goddamn human animal rights.
He is like a red pudgy Rosa Parks with high blood pressure. I just fighting for all of us.
I actually found this clip from it's from a July 6, 2017 episode of the Alex Jones Show where he's talking to noted fuckstick Dr. Group about just this, and it takes a weird turn. Like I think Group was there to help like push a supplement that he had coming out or something like that.
Naturally, of course.
And somehow the conversation went from like GMOs to this, and this clip gets kind of weird, but I wanted to play it because the end of it is so fucking funny.
Do.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Folks, I have hundreds of articles I see every week about human-animal chimeras with no rights. You talked about people you know in research labs. I've talked to them, too. You see humanoids. They're like 80% gorilla, 80% pig, and they're talking. And this is highly... Go ahead.
Case Law School in 2006 was hired to develop law for the future of transgenic organisms.
And they're already
Chimera
here,
law.
and we're saying
Okay.
we want to force a debate.
What rights are they going to, like, do you get rights as a human if you have 50% DNA? Like, what are the rights that are going to be?
We need to make this illegal. This needs to be illegal.
It needs to be
They're
illegal.
talking about making it illegal to make child pedophile robots. Okay. You know, make that illegal. But
That's a weird
what
jump.
about the humans spliced with animals? I mean, this is beyond pedophilia.
This is beyond pedophilia, Sarge. Okay, they're trying to make robots, child pedophile robots, illegal, but not this. This is bigger than pedophilia, Sarge.
I want Alex Jones to write many movie scripts. Like, I want him to write film scripts, and I want to make his movies.
I think he would make really good, like, dystopian sci-fi movies. Like, I think
they would be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be real Philip K. Dickish, I feel like.
I would have to go. I would have to really do some hard research to figure out how to make a gay frog, but I would do it for Alex Jones. What's tough for me is that he is such a terrible human being, but at the same time, he is really like my generation's. He is like a pre-internet lolcow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, like back in the days of VHS tapes and shit.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, Sarge, back to the human-animal hybrids. Obviously, this isn't a thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's true that human-animal, quote-unquote, chimera research is a legitimate area of science. It is aimed at like growing like human-compatible organs, but it's nothing like this. Like normally they would just take some human stem cells, stick them in like an animal embryo, like a pig or a sheep, to study diseases or harvest, grow for organ transplants. And there are very strict ethical guidelines that govern this type of research, and the embryos are often destroyed almost immediately. So like the goal here is to help save lives, not create fucking abominations against God. And
well, I think the thing that's missing from Alex Jones's entire conspiracy is why.
What do you mean?
Why would you make this?
To make a more what was it? A
more compliant, popular. What would they do? Like, what is the benefit of having human beings if they're part pig? That's what I'm failing to understand here,
Sarge.
Like the whole point, the value of human beings is our thumbs. If you replace those thumbs with hooves, we can't do much.
Sarge, the problem here is that you're thinking about it, and I'm gonna need you to not think about this.
Yeah, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Got it.
Yeah, and as I'm sure you probably already guessed or know, there are no known cases of creating a conscious sentient hybrid. Plus, creating creatures with quote unquote human faces or sad human eyes or whatever the fuck would not only be like ethically prohibited, but also just biologically impossible.
Given kind of a weird idea, like a weird thing to do. I imagine if you showed up as a biologist and you were like, hey, listen, guys, I have an idea. What if we made a pig that could talk and have a human organs? Well, and they're like, you know what, Mike? I think you need to take a day off.
According to that clip we just listened to, they're
law schools writing laws.
Yeah, but also, they're 80% gorilla, they're 80% pig, they're talking. So, but yeah. But anyways, there you have it, Sarge. Those are this is the definitive top 3 list of Alex Jones' dumbest theories. How are we feeling about them? Feeling good?
Alex Jones, I'm thoroughly enjoying your downfall.
Dude, it's been so glorious.
It has been a light in an otherwise very dark couple of years.
Oh yeah. Like the day that news broke that. Well, when he lost $1 billion, that's just great right there. But
that was number one, amazing.
Yeah.
But I also loved watching his trial. His trial made me so happy because he's so stupid.
Oh yeah. And those depositions, dude, fuck. So good. I love
it.
I'm glad I'm not glad, but I'm glad that he's going to be gone. I don't have to fucking hear Owen Schroyer anymore. I hope he just goes away too. They're all just bad. But yeah. So anyways, there you have it. I hope this was fun for you. I thought it was fun. It's just something a little.
This made me so happy.
I mean, we usually talk about conspiracies or peddle,
right?
But we don't peddle in conspiracies. So why not talk about the dude who actually does peddle in conspiracies, and not the fun ones either. These are like
exactly.
These are,
and I often don't get a chance to wear my military helmet.
Yeah.
But I thought. By the way, just for all of you out there who do the whole fucking it's stolen valor, I didn't wear this in Iraq. This was just, you know, a shitty extra helmet they had that I needed to wear during practice. You know, when we were drilling, they gave me an actual helmet before I went to war. This is just the you know, oh, hey, he's a, you know, brand new private. Yeah, take this piece of shit helmet from Vietnam.
Yes, but he does wear it to the Applebee's to get a 10% discount on all of his meals. So,
oh yeah, no, all the time, all the time. I got a free donut last week.
Hell yeah, brother! Like I was saying before, these are like his fun quote unquote conspiracies that he has.
Oh yeah, he's got some real dark ones.
And but even these are still rooted in like weird, anti-Semitic, probably homophobic, like. The reasons behind these theories are always nightmarish, but these are the more fun ones, I guess, because all the other ones are fucked up and not good.
I feel like I could go for days talking about why his theories are crazy and wrong, but I always stop myself because it's like, I mean, the people who know that they're wrong already know, and the people who don't know,
they're not going to hear it.
Far too dumb for me to reach.
Yeah, they're not going to listen to you at all about like. You're just another psyop, bro. All right.
Yeah.
All this is a psyop.
I think we should just make frogs gay again. I'm fine with that.
That's the new MAGA. Make frogs gay again.
MFGA, motherfuckers.
I love it. All right. So yeah, Sarge, that's it. Is there anything you want to say to like, plug or say to the audience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my coloring book's still fucking relevant. Sarge's supernormal.com.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, sajasupernormal.com. Instead of dealing with your fears, just color them in a little bit. It's a coloring book. It's $9.99. I'm sorry it's expensive, but my publisher has to make their money back somehow after dealing with me for the few months that we worked together. Get the coloring book. It's on Amazon. It's a real live coloring book. They'll mail it to your house, and then you can you know, color it, and if you don't like it, you roll it up and I don't know, beat your neighbor with it. I don't care. But get it because it's I'm gonna try to make more actually. Now that things are terrible, probably gonna make another one. That sounds
or
a couple more.
A good idea. I mean, I'd get it. I already have the first.
Yeah, we'll do
a
cryptid theme one. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so grab his coloring book, sergeantsupernormal.com, $9.99. It's not that expensive, I don't think. I mean,
no, it's not bad at all.
You know. All right. As for us, if you want to follow us on Instagram, Cryptid Cocktail, follow us on TikTok, Cryptid Cocktail Party. If you want to follow Sarge on his socials, you can find the link to that in our Instagram bio.
Also, drink Narragansett beer. Sorry about that. I've almost didn't talk about our sponsor, Drink Narragansett beer.
Yeah,
it's
we shouted him out at the very beginning of the episode.
I know, but I got to do another one. It cures what ails you.
And also, we check out Cryptid Camp, the new TCG coming out that we're blessed to be a part of their promotional team, I guess you would call it. I don't really know. A lot of cool people behind it, especially Erica from Camp Cryptid Podcast, which is also a really good podcast. If you don't listen to it, definitely go check that out. And with that out of the way, leave us a rating and review, please.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
rate and review, share with your friends. I'm on Blue Sky now.
Oh,
so you can find me there. I'm Sarge the Destroyer on Blue Sky. I've actually been on Blue Sky for a long time, but no one else was, so I didn't hang out there for a while. But it's become the new like less racist Twitter, so you should go there.
Yeah, give it time though. I'm sure it'll catch up.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're gonna get banned there. You know what I mean? And it's like a real ban. It's like a Twitter ban where like you could still see the tweets.
Gotcha. So so go follow Sarge on Blue Sky at Sarge the Destroyer. I think we have one. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like we do. And
we better, because I'm going to tag us in about 5 minutes.
I mean, I could if we do have it, I'll give you the login for that, and you can just be the Blue Sky guy.
All right, deal.
Right. All right, and with that out of the way, Sarge, would you like to say goodbye and I love you to the audience?
May the blessings of Mothman be upon you, and I love you.